We did a lot. You did like an hour of politics, did a Pokemon unboxing, and then some shit.
It's up to you. I mean, like, I could probably go for another. It's Friday night. What the fuck am I doing?
Is it Friday night? Yeah, it is. I took off from work today. Yeah.
Friday night. What the fuck am I going to do when we're done with this podcast? I'm going to get high, play Yu-Gi-Oh, and go to bed.
President Biden imposes new sanctions on Russia.
Yeah. Woohoo.
What are his new sanctions? Can you elaborate? I didn't get to watch the whole speech before.
Going to put a heavy tariffs on your oil, heavy tariffs on any goods that come out of there, energy, this, that, and and we might take you off the SWIFT banking, which means that you guys will no longer be of value on our currency and use certain banks, which would allow Russia to start using cryptocurrency as their normal currency instead of the petrodollar.
All right.
It's a lot of bad things that can come out of this, but
7,000 more U.S. troops deploying to Europe to reassure NATO allies.
Yeah, because fucking Sweden and Finland are fucking scared that Russia's going to do something.
Like, we just had the Olympics.
Sweden and Finland have been in talks with NATO over the past 3 weeks because they knew something was going to happen. Now they're scared that fucking Putin's going to come into Poland and then take over the next 3 areas, which would be Poland, Finland, and Sweden. Sweden has been neutral for a long time, and now it's coming to the point where that Sweden is feeling threatened that they're going to have to fucking arm their citizens and ask the United States for help. Same with Finland. But my stepfather doesn't believe the report I was given. The report I was given was that he made a threat to Finland and Sweden saying that if you guys end up having NATO help you, you guys will be met with fucking forces that you will never be able to see on this God's green earth.
Yeah, I saw that. That was on YouTube. That was a video on YouTube.
So it's like, oh, okay. So it sounds like he's not going to be done with fucking Ukraine. So he's going to go into Finland and Sweden. I told my stepfather that. He's like, he's not going to do that. Either A, he's going to stop, or B, he's going to go into Poland. Which I could see him going into Poland, but it wouldn't make a lot of sense. So why would you be going in there?
You ever wonder, like, damn, son, never mind. We're back to the whole military industrial complex. And I'm
it's
just thinking,
big fucking thing. That's how most of the world is ran.
Yeah,
now.
and I'm just thinking, I'm like, think about some countries and the way that they fight, and think about all the modern shit they got now, and then the countries that don't have
Sentinel Island. Look, I want to be like one of the natives on North Sentinel Island. I want to be away from fucking civilization, live off a fucking harpoon and a stick, and if I die at 13, I die at 13.
Live off the what? The coast of where? The island of what?
The North Sentinel Island. It's the last civilization in the world that has not been met with medical or technology. They still use spears and fucking...
Where's that?
It's North Sentinel Island. You have to look it up. It's somewhere in the islands of fucking India.
I'm definitely sure there's people like that, though. I mean, like I said, bro, not everybody.
This is the last civilization that's known to man that's still a legit, like, caveman status.
Yeah.
And they're the only civilization in the world that is not allowed to be contacted by today's...
But there's a lot of people on Earth who, even though that they might have technology, but it might just be a flip phone and shit, and they live like out in plains and
These
fields
don't
and
have
plateaus and stuff.
They don't have nothing.
I know.
That's what you're not standing. They're literal cavemen.
I get it, but we don't necessarily need that shit if you knew how to survive long before it, bro.
Technology. A stick with a fucking rock on the end of it. That's their technology.
Maybe that's all they've ever needed, and they don't need anything else.
North Sentinel Island is not allowed to be fucking approached upon, flown over, or anything else by modern human civilization.
Okay, I get that.
They're not allowed to.
I get that. You're going to tell me that
don't get it.
Nobody has ever...
This, that, and this. North Sentinel Island has not been exposed to fucking small. They have not been exposed to the diseases that are around today. You're gonna tell me
them motherfuckers never saw a boat go by, never saw a fucking plane go over their head.
When a a plane, a helicopter, something goes by, they literally try to attack it. They are literal primals. They don't know what any of this shit is.
I know they try to attack it, but you were saying you can't fly over it or be near it, so they've seen it. But I'm like, if you're flying over in a fucking plane, like, what is he gonna do? Throw a rock, hit the fucking moon?
Shut up.
Slingshot?
To them, it's the devil. To them, it's the devil.
I'm sure. I get it.
They don't know what we look like. They don't know what we have. So when they see boats, they're throwing fucking harpoons and spears at it. When they see a plane or a helicopter flying over, they're trying to hit it with their fucking spears and harpoons.
Yeah.
They think it's the literal devil.
Okay, I get it. It's
how we used to think.
What they wrote the movie King Kong off of.
2,000 years ago.
It's what they wrote the movie King Kong based on, you know? I mean, come on. I'm just saying, bro. I'm sure they try to throw shit at it, but I'm saying, like, you were saying, like, you're not allowed to fly over to go near it. I thought you meant, I was like, well, if they've never seen technology, what military or someone's going to stop you? Is the Coast Guard there? And they're going to be like, you can't go near it.
You're not allowed to go on the island. You can fly around it. You could.
Well, you'd probably die if you went on the island. So
you would.
You
wouldn't even make it, dude. You wouldn't even make it to the fucking shore. That's how bad it is over there.
All right.
Wouldn't make it to the fucking shoreline. They'd have you killed while you're rowing your fucking boat to get there.
Yeah.
They are the literal fucking, description of a caveman primal savage. They'll eat their own kind. They're cannibalists.
I just said, bro, they based King Kong off of that island. Probably. Minus the big.
The one with
giant.
Samuel L. Jackson is based off of North Sentinel Island. The one that was made with Jack Black and Peter King.
Yeah.
That one was based off these fucking jungles that were in the fucking, like, the Amazon and shit.
I'm saying, but aside from the big giant gorilla climbing to the top of the Empire State Building, maybe some fucking science fiction writer came along and based it on that. Who knows? I'm saying, people are inspired all the time. Maybe you just took an acid trip. But I was just saying, like, yeah, I don't know where it is, but I was saying these people have definitely had to see it, and I was joking, saying, like, throw a rock, fucking hit it. Like, if I'm in my plane, private jet, who gives a shit?
The last time a modern human civilized person was on North Sentinel Island was in the 70s. As soon as his boat was literally about 50 feet away from the shore, he was already dead. And they took his boat and they ate him in front of everybody that watched this guy row all the way to the island to make contact to bring these people food.
Yeah. Never going to try that again. I mean,
that's why we're not allowed.
Hey, it could be, if some people don't value life, it could be a suicide mission. You don't care. I'm going to do it. Painful way to go out, but some people get off on that weird shit.
It's
gonna snuff myself out. I'm gonna see everything.
Time I have something important to say, and then I get my fucking blood pressure going, then I gotta yell.
Come on, get your shit going. You are Alex Jones. You are him. You're his son. You're his fucking bastard child.
I wouldn't put it past it. Wouldn't put it past it.
I was out here nutting at everything back in the day.
Alex Jones used to be really buff back in the day.
I was just fucking everything. Kangaroo fucking everything in sight.
No, literally, like, Alex Jones used to be fucking buff. Eddie Brock, the guy who's in MMA, who's one of Joe Rogan's best friends, grew up with Alex Jones.
Yeah.
He went to school with him. Alex Jones used to breast bench almost 400 pounds. Alex Jones used to go on 13-mile fucking runs.
I'm sure you could tell.
He used to do fucking Alex Jones. Eddie Brock even said this. He's like, dude, didn't you used to do like 50 chin-ups? And he's like, yeah, I used to do 50 fucking chin-ups. And those are the ones where you're pulling yourself up on the bar. He used to do 50 fucking of those in a row. Alex Jones was a big motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah.
Big.
I'm not saying he wasn't.
Eddie Brock even said Eddie Brock was like, dude, in high school, Alex Jones was the biggest kid in fucking school. I mean, like he looked like he was on roids, but he wasn't on roids because he had nothing else better to do. He was in the gym constantly.
Yeah. Yeah. He always
And then
did.
what ended up happening was that Alex Jones got introduced to a buffet and alcohol, and now he is where he is.
I'm saying he definitely looks big though. Like even like videos I've watched of him, you know, like when he was like chasing that one guy down in the street for throwing coffee in his face that went viral like mad long ago. You know what I'm talking about?
Dude, you would think Alex Jones is like out of breath, this, that. No, Alex Jones is pretty fucking fit for a guy who looks like he's about to have a heart attack any second.
Yeah, but I agree with you. The high blood pressure, it happens, bro. It happens to a lot of motherfuckers, but like you said, he's out there giving his message to the world. So who cares, bro?
Nobody wants to listen except for people like me and maybe about 13 million other people.
It's not a matter of listening. It's a matter of hearing it. And it's like everything else in the world, in one ear, out the other. In the content age, what's next? What's hot? What's buzzing? How long's it buzzing for?
Look, I was a conspiracy theorist before I even met Alex Jones. I was a conspiracy theorist back in high school.
Yeah, a lot of kids were. That brings back to the immortal technique from earlier, bro. Everybody used to think they were like fucking head honcho when it came to like fucking spitting conspiracies because they listened to a couple Immortal Technique songs back in the day. Remember that shit? People would always be telling me shit. Like they knew
the biggest conspiracy theory of our time is 9/11.
Not even that. Yeah, that's the song that was that everybody thought was the shit. Bin Laden blow up the projects. It was you. It was you. That was that Immortal Technique song that blew up. That got everybody thinking they were a fucking.
9/11 is bad. I am very, very upset that happened. We lost a lot of lives that day. We that was the first time America was ever fucking attacked since the fucking day that we gained our freedom. In retrospect, the FBI, the CIA were watching these fucking people for years, and they let them get in through the airports. The government did it to themselves. 9/11, ladies and gentlemen, was an inside job. The United States government was tracking those people for years. They knew when they were getting on the planes. By the time they figured out they were already on the planes, it was already too late. And the government even admitted that. In a documentary that came out in 2012, the former CIA and FBI director at the time both sat there, came out and said, by the time they were already on the planes, it was already too late.
Hold up, bro. Hold up.
We saw them and everything, but by the time that they already got on the planes and the planes were in the air, there was nothing we could do. They let it happen.
Hold up. Yo, let me stop you right here, right quick, though, because my phone's like battery just went on 3%, and I didn't even get a fucking notification for 15 or 5. They're listening to you, Alex. They're hearing you. They're hearing you.
So,
but in all seriousness,
9/11 was an inside job. I got a buddy of mine who was in the military who I used to work with.
It's always been one of those subjects.
He was at the Twin Towers the day before 9/11 happened. The day before, he was there cleaning. He runs a cleaning service here on Long Island. He's one of the top 5 cleaning services companies that are not commercialized. They're like private in the island. He had a contract after he came out of the Army in the 90s to clean the Twin Towers. He had to clean every single floor. He had a crew of 50 people. The day before 9/11, they had 17 floors closed to the public with military personnel walking out of them. Now, why would a friend of mine who was ex-military tell me this? Because he even believed that 9/11 was an inside job. Because he even said, how come 10 floors are not allowed to the public and I have to get all these floors done and I'm not allowed on these 10 floors? Military said you're not allowed here.
Do we know what 10 floors it was?
The lower floors.
Okay, so
the first lower 50.
You're not thinking it was like estimated where they thought they were going to drive their planes in?
No, he told me it was the first 50 floors. There were over like 100 floors in each tower. The first 50. 10 floors were knocked out. He couldn't tell me which ones because it's been a long time, but he knows that it was 10 floors he was not allowed to get on.
Yeah. No, I'm saying.
And it was the lower, it was the lower half of the towers. And just from common sense, okay, something hits it from the top. It doesn't go bottom up. It should go top down. When Tower 1 fell, it went from the bottom up, not the top down. It imploded from the bottom up. Same thing with the second tower, bottom up.
I'm still fucking baffled that happened in our lifetime.
They rigged both towers with explosives to make it look like the planes actually knocked the buildings down by scientific proof of that with wind, the city, this, that, it's enough to knock the building down under its own weight because the support beams are on fire. Motherfucker, number one, jet fuel is not hot enough to burn fucking steel. That steel burns at fucking 1,800 degrees where jet fuel only gets to 1,200, even if it's amplified by certain aspects. It's only going to get to about 1,500 degrees. So you're missing 300 degrees worth of heat in order to melt steel, motherfucker. That don't make sense.
So
number one. Number two, how come the building imploded from the bottom up if it was struck from the top? You blew the bottom supports out to make it look like the fucking fire was bad enough to melt the supports down. That's what you did.
So what do you think they used?
Explosives. TNT, literal TNT.
Yeah, it's been one of those things that's been tossed around in the universe for so long.
When the planes hit, they only had enough time until the building came down. And ironically, it came down almost an hour after the plane hit it, which means that jet fuel was burning that hot. Sorry, that don't make sense to me. How come the bottom imploded out first?
Yeah, I've heard it all before. Yeah.
Bombs. They blew up both towers to make it look like the fucking towers were taken down by planes. To where that they knew that the plane, they knew if two fucking 747s fucking flew into the Twin Towers, they knew the towers were going to stand. They knew that. So you blow it out from the bottom up to make it look like it burned the support beams enough to where the building caved out.
It is really crazy when you think about it, though. That day, man.
My buddy who was ex-military, who was there, literally told me, he goes, it was an inside job.
The crazy part is I haven't watched it.
And it was the lower 50. And he even says, like, if you watch the videos, first fucking 50 floors blow up first before the fucking top even comes down.
I haven't watched it more than a few times over the years, and it's usually like around the anniversary when I have watched it.
It's a horrible thing of what happened, but
I remember getting off the school bus, like from school.
America did genocide on its own people to start a one world government.
Yeah. We're talking Federal Reserve earlier, right? Come on, man. Where's your boy JP Morgan at? Come on. Holler at Chase.
Their own people to start an endless war to get us into a one world government.
Yeah.
I still believe 9/11 is a sad day. Every person who lost their life that day, it is tremendously sad.
I'm just saying, like, I remember the day,
but the whole thing in general was a fucking cover up in order to get us into the one world government and to fucking get and to literally start a whole bunch of shit, which we're in now. It was an inside job because they knew that the planes were not going to be enough to knock the towers down. They had to blow it up. They knew they were going to the airport. These people were being watched, and they got in from under their noses. By the time they were in the planes, ex-CIA and FBI directors both said there was nothing we can do. The planes were in the air. It was a cover-up. 9/11 was a whole fucking cover-up.
Battle for Kiev. It's just insane, bro. Thinking it. You got me really in my
Make a
feels now.
security omelet. You got to crack. In order to make a homeland security omelet, you're going to have to create genocide.
I think I just had like that deja vu, like realization now. Like, obviously, this isn't really in comparison for me, but I never really cared about politics or this shit much. But when you're on the brink of a war, I guess, kind of got to start giving a fuck at some point.
Look, if I didn't smoke this much weed, I wouldn't be this smart. I really wouldn't, because this puts it into perspective. It's the only way. A regular human mind cannot process the amount of information that it can take. You have to be doing something in order for your brain, in order to slow down, in order to process everything. You have to. Because if you were to take the amount of information that I'm saying to you right now as a sober person, your head would fucking explode. Or if not, you'd be sitting there going, whoa, 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 whoa. One thing at a time, one thing at a time, one thing at a time.
No. I'm just saying. Yeah.
I had the realization, and I was illuminated by the age of 19 years old. I was more illuminated over the past 5 years.
Yeah.
The Illuminati is real. The Illuminati is the self-lightingness of your life and opening the light in your own eyes. That's what the true Illuminati is. Illuminati, in the Latin mean, is to illuminate yourself.
So what are you saying? Illuminate yourself. What do you mean?
You need to open your eyes, and you need to listen to information and process it. Make yourself susceptible to everybody's information and make your own determination.
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's what enlightenment and Illuminati actually really means, is to open yourself up, and that's it.
Yeah, I've read a couple of books in my day.
To be open to the light. And guess what? I have seen the light more and more lately, and I know what I believe in. Half the thing, 98% of this stuff I say, I believe it.
Yeah.
There's a good 2% of shit that I say that I don't believe.
Yeah, always. But there's some bizarre shit out there. The world is a bizarre motherfucking place.
Not racist. I'm not any of that. I believe in ghosts. I believe in the supernatural. I believe in aliens, even though that I am a Christian, and a devoted fucking Christian at that most. But I'm not that devoted to where that I'm a stand-up guy. And the human is flawed.
Yeah.
Everybody is. That's why if we were to live in a perfect society, there would be more chaos in a perfect society than there is right now.
That's some real shit just now. I just watched a video of a tank run over a car. Like that shit was some Grand Theft Auto 3.
But
in a PlayStation 2. No, that's crazy. I was like, is this real, bro? This is like real footage right now. That these are like videos people are sending in.
Yes. That's live. That shit's going on throughout the whole day.
Yeah. It's crazy. Never really watched the news. No, I'm not that dumb. I'm not that dumb, dog. I'm not that stupid. I'm totally fucking around with you. I caught it from time to time.
You literally have to enlighten yourself. That's what Illuminati means, is to enlighten yourself.
But I'm just saying, this tank literally just was driving on the road, and just there was a car there, and it just turned in the opposite lane, just come right for it, ran it over. Like that was like some shit after R1, R2, L1, L2, left down, circle, 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 Xbox, whatever the tank cheat, whatever the fuck it was. Fucking, it's not even crazy. I'm giggling and I'm giddy over here because I'm high as shit, and I can't believe this shit is fucking real. That's the sad part.
No, the sad part is that the American government created genocide on itself in order to start an endless war, and then to get us into a one world government in order to devalue our currency, and then to make us the worst superpower in the world, and then let the dragon fucking raise right out of China.
It's just unreal to watch because it's just like, it's just going crazy right now.
Nostradamus even said in one of his quatrains, the rise of the dragon will rise up and will engulf the world in its own views.
Yeah.
Which means Nostradamus 500 years ago predicted China rising back up and fucking enslaving the entire world.
Yeah, Russell.
Nostradamus also said that the rise of Hitler would happen and the son of Austria will give birth to a new blood of, a new land of blood for a certain number of years. I can't remember the rest of the quatrain, but it said like 8 or 10 years. And what ended up happening? Hitler was born in Austria, led one of the nastiest and bloodiest wars in history over a 10-year period.
Nasty motherfucker, bro. Nasty motherfucker.
So Nostradamus predicted fucking London being on fire. Nostradamus, I believe in that shit.
Yeah, well, if you take some mushrooms, you could see some foreseeable shit too, my friend. Predict the future.
No, you got to take DMT.
That too.
And then talk to the clockwork elves.
Anything. Any. I'm just saying, like hallucinogens. Anything that accesses that higher point in your enlightened brain.
What you need to do, you need to be hooked up on a lot of DMT and ayahuasca. And then what you do is you go into these interdimensional being meetings, and then you meet with these people, or to what they call the clockwork elves, which are actually interdimensional demons that want to feed on human blood. Children blood, to be more specific. That's why they had sacrifices, and most of the sacrifices were children.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro, some of that shit's crazy.
All these people and all these interdimensional demons or clockwork elves, or real demons for that matter, want sacrifices in the forms of children or blood.
Yeah. 40,000 troops from allied countries, 7,000 U.S. troops ordered to go. Like, come on.
No, Joe Biden pulled the entire fucking Southern Border Patrol off and sent them to Ukraine. Entire Southern Border Patrol.
I'm just saying, 7,000 don't sound like a lot, though,
We already had 400 troops in Ukraine, along with the Green Berets and some of the SEALs training the Ukrainian troops. And 300 of those troops came out of Florida, nonetheless. It was the Florida National Reserve.
I don't know, bro. I really got to kind of just like try to catch up on this shit now, because I've been off the grid for a while now.
Catch up real quick. China's about to take Taiwan. Russia just made the ultimate move, the biggest move since World War II, since Germany went into fucking Poland. There, you're all caught up. The Olympics are over.
Yeah.
Putin did the same thing what Hitler did after the Olympics were over, went into Poland.
Yeah, I was going to say, fucking World Cup, right? Like 2022.
Olympics held in fucking Germany. What
Crazy
happened
shit.
a year later? Oh, well, bam, we're invading. We're starting the war.
Yeah.
Putin took a trick out of Hitler's book, except that Hitler held the fucking Olympics and then invaded.
What year was that?
Except this time China held the Olympics and Russia invaded.
What year was that Germany held the Olympics? 36?
35 or 36.
35.
They went into Poland in 37.
That's the year Jesse Owens beat him, right? And they went to war.
That was the year Germany lost everything in the fucking Olympics.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that just Black History Month honorable mention to Jesse Owens, if that's the year that he won. I'm pretty sure it was. They let him into Germany. They held the Olympics in Germany. He went there, won a couple gold medals and shit. Him and another dude became friends or some shit. Wound up dead.
That's why
You didn't watch that movie, bro? That's a dope ass movie, but you learned a lot.
The Olympics is nothing but a sham, because after the Olympics, something big usually happens, and it's usually something like this.
Yeah. But I like those biopics, though. I mean, like, I know some shit is exaggerated because it's Hollywood still, but any of those biopics are pretty dope ass movies. Fucking that Johnny Cash one was dope. Walk the Line.
That was a good one.
Yeah, they're all dope. Pretty much any Ali was great with Will Smith too, bro. I got that shit. Look at that. You know me. Look at that, kid. Original DVD. Booklet and all. Will Smith. This came out like what, 01, 02. It's probably like one of my favorite movies of all time. Michael Mann produced. 1999. Damn, I'm way off. Oh no. Best Director, The Insider, 1999. 2002. All right. I was like, yeah, I remember being in like 4th or 5th grade. But what's your favorite biopic of all time?
Space Jam.
It's not a bad choice. Not a bad
Space
choice.
Jam.
Not a bad choice.
The first one.
Head
the
stuck in
first
space.
one with
Yeah,
Michael Jordan.
Of course. You know what? I was hating on the second one too, though, but it was all right. It just I had
Second one actually really does suck.
I had to watch.
Watched it. It really sucks.
I had to watch it 2 or 3 times, and I was like, it was all right. Like they kept it modern for this day and age, kids. I just didn't like. They should have went to Toonieland still, like Looney Tune Land.
Do you know that Kobe Bryant was in the first movie?
No.
In the scene where they're at the LA Lakers stadium where Phil Jackson's talking to the news press, you have Phil Jackson right here on the podium talking, and on the right-hand side, you see a young Kobe Bryant in full fucking uniform. It was his rookie year.
Oh, yeah?
It was his rookie year. He's standing 3 people right next, like,
what was it,
here's
96?
Phil Jackson at the podium.
What was his rookie year, 96? 95?
96. Here's the podium.
And Space Jam came out in 96, right?
Podium. 1, 2, right here in full uniform, ready to play. Kobe Bryant in his rookie year.
And wasn't that the shit? I forgot what I was gonna say. I don't know.
That's the scene where the Lakers postponed the game because
there will be no more basketball this season.
Yeah.
There will be no more basketball this season. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that's not yet. There will be no more basketball this season. That was like later on, right? That guy, the old guy. There will be no more basketball. Wasn't that like later on?
There'll be no more basketball this season until this is figured out. No. It was in the beginning where I think Bugsy and the one guy lost his power, lost his ability to play basketball first.
Uh-huh.
And then that was the scene that led up to the Lakers shutting it down. And then it was the NBA commissioner was that guy saying that, no more basketball until this is figured out.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about. That guy.
That was later on in the movie with the guy saying, there'll be no more games until this is figured out. But the beginning of it was started with the Lakers, and it's that one scene. It's only that one scene that Kobe Bryant's in.
And they're like, quiet. There will be no more basketball this season.
The only scene that Kobe Bryant is in that movie. The only scene.
Yeah. Well, he could have been, in LeBron's position for Space Jam 2. That's who I thought they were going to use when the rumors were a couple of years ago.
They probably were going to use Kobe Bryant if the tragic thing didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest basketball players in my mind of all time.
Then I heard LeBron James, and then I heard someone else. And then
Kobe Bryant would have been the number 1 pick.
I heard Anthony Davis, and then he was in the movie, but he wasn't the main character.
Top 5 best basketball players of all time: Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James is definitely up there. He is in my top 5.
Yeah, I always hate on him too, but there's no denying greatness, bro. It's like Tom
Larry
Brady,
Bird, and Patrick Ewing. Those are my 5 best basketball players of all time.
Yeah.
Maybe besides Wilt Frazier and a few of the classics, but in the in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, those are my top 5 people.
Yeah.
Kobe, Jordan,
I miss playing
LeBron,
NBA
Bird,
Street, bro, for fucking PlayStation 2, for PS2.
And Ewing.
Yeah, Patrick Ewing. Yeah, I like his sneakers too over Jordans.
Yeah.
Fuck what Ewing's heavy. High tops.
For me, those are my top 5 best basketball players of all time. And yes, Kobe Bryant's better in my eyes. He's better than Michael Jordan.
Yeah. A lot of people's minds.
I'm sorry.
And a lot of people, there's LeBron James is better than both of them too, and in a lot of people's minds too.
Kobe didn't hog the ball all the time.
Yeah, bro. But no matter who you ask, you know, not everybody's going to say Muhammad Ali was the greatest fighter of all time. You got a lot of Tysons out
also
there.
didn't have a Scottie Pippen to throw to all the time either. He either had Shaq or he had Ron Artest, or he always had somebody good he could pass to. Not this one designated guy that everybody always covered, but he always got the ball somehow.
Yeah, but that's why he's so bomb, bro. Important MVP. You know,
look,
there's no denying greatness, no shutting down greatness.
Kobe was a lot better at than Michael Jordan was.
And it goes both ways.
In my eyes, Kobe is the best basketball player of all time. I'm not saying that for postmortem. I've always believed that. That's why I've always been a Lakers fan. A lot of people ask me, what basketball team do you like? It's like, I like the Lakers. Oh, you only like the Lakers because LeBron. It's like, I've been a Lakers fan since 1999. It's like, I'm from New York, but I like the Lakers because
a lot of people.
It was Kobe Bryant, it was fucking Ron Artest. It was fucking Shaquille O'Neal. It was like, it was those guys that made me like the Lakers.
Yeah. A lot of kids in
That's
school.
the reason why I like the Lakers. Kobe was my favorite basketball player.
A lot of kids in school were Lakers fans.
I still like the Lakers.
Yeah. That's another one I gotta get into. Fucking basketball cards as opposed to just baseball cards.
All other sports teams, I'm all New York. Yeah. I'm New York Yankees. I'm New York Mets. I'm New York Jets. I hate the Giants, and I don't like the Bills.
Hate the Giants? Don't like the Bills, just the way you said that. Fucking Giants suck, man. I love them.
I'm an Islanders fan. I'm not a Rangers fan.
Yeah, I'm an Islanders fan, too. But that's only because I only been to Islanders games.
No, I'm on the other side of the fucking coast, and I'm in fucking California because I like the fucking Lakers, and it's because of Kobe Bryant. It's the only reason why I like the Lakers.
It's good shit.
And not for nothing, Kobe Bryant won most of the fucking Lakers rings. With, Kobe Bryant got most of those rings. So Kobe Bryant was Tom Brady's fucking best player in the game.
Equivalent. You're talking about me? Oh, his best player. Tom Brady's Michael Jordan. Tom Brady's
got 6 rings.
And then
Tom Brady's got 6 rings. I believe Kobe Bryant got fucking 6, 7 championships with the fucking Lakers. So I think Kobe Bryant was responsible for most of the championship wins that the Lakers got.
Yeah, he was with them forever.
It was the only team he was with.
Yeah.
He retired with the Lakers.
Yeah, you're right.
Same thing like Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter started with the Yankees and he retired with the Yankees.
He didn't start with the Yankees, though. Oh, I mean, he played for other teams, though. Jeter? He had to play for other teams.
No, he started off as a Yankee and he retired as a Yankee.
Oh, shit. Yeah. He didn't ever play for another team at all?
No, you're thinking of A-Rod. A-Rod used to play for fucking the Rangers.
You're probably right. It is probably an A-Rod
card. And also the Oakland Athletics.
Hey, look, they're finally relaxing mask guidelines.
The Houston Astros.
CDC releasing new guidance on easing COVID rules because you know why? That bullshit's behind us. Relaxing mask
fucking Mariano Rivera started as a Yankee. I'm sorry, no. Mariano Rivera came over from the trade in the 90s with fucking Andy Pettitte and Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens. I got to go through
all 3 of them used to be in the Houston Astros.
I got a couple good cards for baseball. None of them are in packages, though. I'm just out. They're good. They're great condition. But some I want to get graded. I don't know. I do know, man.
Shit.
I was just always collecting them. Like during the pandemic.
Andy Pettitte, perfect example. He was only part of 2 teams in his history. The Houston Astros and the Yankees. And he went back and forth for his entire career.
Yeah.
You would think at his last year, he would retire with the team that he played for that season.
Yeah.
No, he retired as a Houston Astro when he was contracted with the Yankees.
Yeah,
to where Andy Pettitte won 3 of his fucking World Series rings with the Yankees. So that just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
You see, like Mariano Rivera, even though he came with Clemens and Pettit, and they came from the Astros in the early 90s, he retired as a Yankee because he spent his entire, pretty much after like the first 3 years in Houston, he played with the Yankees.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Yankee through the rest of his career. He used to be a starter for the Yankees in the early 90s. And then in the early 2000s, he became the greatest closer in history of baseball.
Yeah.
To where that the year that Andy Pettit was going to retire, Brian Cashman wanted Andy Pettit to be the new closer for the New York Yankees. But Pettit said, no, I'm retiring. That's it. We could have gotten another great closer.
Yeah.
Like Mariano Rivera, and we could have gotten
great.
Andy Pettit too.
I'm pretty sure
Andy
I got a couple
Pettit
of his cards.
Closed out a couple of games when Mariano couldn't play, and he was pretty damn good.
Yeah. Well, I actually went to one of the first games I went to. It was either like the first or second game. I had like one of those little Mets fucking shit they used to eat the ice cream out of from the game, like the ball cap. I don't know if they still do that shit, but first game I went to or something was like Texas Rangers versus the New York Mets, Shea Stadium. Damn, must have been like
first game I went to,
3, 4, 5,
New York
5,
Yankees
6, 7,
versus the Chicago White Sox at Yankee Stadium.
I don't even know how old I was. I just remember being a kid there at the game. There was like a guy that caught a ball like over here somewhere, and I was like, I started crying. And he was like, "Oh, you want the ball?" I was like, "Yeah."
I was sitting behind home plate.
I wonder what year it was, 94, 95, 96. It had to be somewhere in there. I want to go to a Ducks game, bro. I got a fucking Ducks quacker, an original quacker here, kid.
I've been to way too many Ducks games. I've been to way too many of those. They're so fucking cheap.
I know,
dude.
but yo, I used to go all the time, and then I kind of outgrew it, and then I was just like, but now that I don't have baseball games and shit no more, or anything to do, I was like, oh man, I appreciate those days. The shit still got the little quacker up in that bitch.
One of those, you know,
dust on it like a motherfucker.
$20, $20, you can watch a game to buy the pass.
A fucking like quacker from the Long Island
$200 to watch the Ducks play all year.
Yo, if this isn't a crazy ass quick money grab for merch, the most ingenious fucking device you can have at a baseball game, bro. Come on, tell me I'm wrong. Every motherfucker in the crowd had one of these bitches.
Oh, they did.
You know?
They did.
Them shits would be quacking, ripping, and roaring. Fucking insane.
I still can't believe it. I got a lot done in here today.
I probably ain't been to a Ducks game in fucking 15 years. More than 15 years. Yeah, maybe 15 years.
Next time I went to a Ducks game was probably...
I've been up here for 7, and it's been at least 7 since I moved.
8 or 9 years it's been since I've been to a Ducks game.
Yeah. I think like after I got my DWI in 2013, I never wanted to go over there because I drove to court, and I was like, wait, Duck Stadium is right there? Like, never had to go to the courts, really. I mean, I went when I was like younger to get my name changed with my mom, but that family court was like right there. But like I don't remember that shit too much, and never had a reason to go there. So to a Ducks game.
Duck Stadium wasn't around when we were kids. It wasn't around until like the early 2000s.
No, it was around elementary school.
I don't remember it being there.
I graduated elementary school in 2003.
That's what I'm trying to say. It was there in the early 2000s.
It was definitely fairly new. I know it was fairly new. I'm pretty sure it's not 30 years old, but it's at least 25 or 20. In between 20 and 25.
I'm about to Google this shit.
Yeah, in between 20 and 25, I'd say. Maybe 22. Maybe it came out in 2000 or 01.
I'm about to find out right now. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it was like when we were in 7th grade. Like, maybe 03, 04, 7th grade. I graduated 6th grade in 03. We're the class 2003, and we're moving up today.
All right. When do you think it was built?
I'm saying between like 02 to 04.
I said early 2000s. It was built in April. It was opened April 28th, 2000.
2000. All right. I did say that right before, though. I said maybe it was the millennium thing, 2000 or 01, 02, somewhere around there. But then I was thinking, I feel like elementary school. And then I'm thinking, was it 04, 03, 04, like 7th grade? I think it was before that, though, because 6th grade was 03. I'm just trying to put the timeline in order, and I don't know. It's a little out of whack. But yeah, 2000, that sounds about right. I was in 4th grade, probably. Or 3rd grade. 3rd grade, 1999 to 2000. And June of 2000 would be going in. So yeah, we were in 3rd grade, motherfucker.
I have a very good memory.
Yeah, well, I didn't know what year that opened up per se. I just knew I was young there.
I knew I knew it was the early 2000s. I wasn't going to put a definite benchmark on it, but I remember as a kid, it was not there when I was in like second.
Yeah, it wasn't like 90s. It wasn't like 97, 98.
No, it was definitely not there in the 90s. Yeah. That's how I know.
No, yeah, you're right. But it could have been 99. Like it could have been like the last year.
They started building in 98.
Yeah. But,
it only holds 700 people.
I think it was actually there when I got my name changed, because I think my father.
You know that?
My father passed away in 2001. Huh?
It only holds 700 people.
700? No, that'd be more than
that. Occupancy 690.
Duck Stadium.
Yes.
Yo, you might want to check that again. It's probably
600 people are allowed in the stadium.
It's got to be 6,900.
It is held over its 22 years. It has held over 9 million people.
Yo, no, you got to fact check that, bro. 600 people, like I could fit that in my gymnasium at my fucking job, bro. My gym's a half gym.
I just fucking Googled
Check that again. It's got to be 6,900. Or what'd you say it was? 690?
Oh, I'm sorry. I read that wrong.
Yeah, bro. Fucking Duck Stadium. It's a fucking stadium.
It has sold out 690 times.
Yeah, 690 times. But what's I was going to say 6,900, maybe more, bro. A lot of motherfuckers in that bitch.
No. 6,000 in total.
6,000 total. That's what I'm saying. That's more realistic. Hell yeah. 6,000, bro. I'm like, I could fit like 600 people in my fucking gym. We have a fucking Thanksgiving dinner in there.
And it's called the Fairfields.
It's called the what? Fairfields?
Yeah, it's called the Fairfields in Central Islip.
Yeah. Well, yeah, 600 ain't shit, bro. I was like, we graduated with a class of 500 seniors. That was us on the fucking.
It's seen over 8 million people there.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, our yearbook, bro, like that's like 500 of us motherfuckers on the bleachers in the gymnasium at Sachem North High School.
It has an indoor batting tunnel, really?
They probably do. It's Long Island, motherfucker.
It says it right here.
Right next to the courts. They're sponsored. The courts are like, we got you. We sponsor you.
126 seat bar.
He goes, stay safe from these drunk hooligans out here. They're going to be paying us a visit soon. Fucking.
What else is on here about it?
I don't know. You want to cut this off, though? We're coming on 2.5, bro. Got to eat some food.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Cut it off.
I get some food. All right. This is episode 6.
These fuckers don't need to know about my X-rated shit that's about to go on. Catch the new podcast at Dr. Fauci on YouTube.
He's going to be doing
X-rated.
Porn. OnlyFans. Sign up today. STAAB. Take a stab at
Dr. Fauci on OnlyFans. You'll be looking at hairy chests.
STT. You know what I just realized? I said STAB and then I was like STTAB. Stab. Aside from shit to talk about, your two hosts, Tyler and TJ. Signing off for episode 6.
On OnlyFans.
We out
Hairy
this
chest.
bitch. I'm lit as a motherfucker, and now I got the munchies like a bitch. I'm going to eat. Peace.
Later.